So reason has a role and a place. And what is the role and place of reason? To guide you to the fact that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a prophet. And the Quran is the book from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once you submit to that, then you accept the package deal. And if you look at the questions that these young men and women ask, they're always about fiqh issues of a relatively minor nature. Why does Islam allow this? Why does the Quran say that? And they're all things to do of a legal nature. They're not to do with the basics or the essence of theology. And we do not judge the validity of a religion based upon the minutiae laws. Flawed. And I want to give you just one simple example that the right always uses, Islamophobes always use, and they make a very big deal of it. And that is, they say, for example, your prophet, astaghfirullah, was, and they use a very vulgar word, interested in young people. And I don't want to use the word out of respect for the Prophet, because the age of Aisha was young age. It was 9 years old in the Sahih Bukhari hadith. Okay, she was 9 years old according to Hadith of Bukhari. And so they use a very vulgar word. And I've had young men and women come to me, Muslims, and they say, how can we accept this? This is something that is vulgar. It's unethical. I can't believe that a prophet would do this. Now, this person, and this is a classic example, this question is emanating from a particular mind, coming from a particular culture, of a particular generation, and a particular time, and a particular place. Why? Because the lifespan was shorter, and young kids became mature faster. A 9-year-old of 1400 years ago is like a 16, 17-year-old intellectually and biologically of our times. Aisha never complained. She was the happiest wife in the world. She loved the marriage of the Prophet. She loved the Prophet. She's not angry. She's not complaining. This is a 1,400-year-old culture. Now, nobody's saying we need to resurrect that in our times. And I don't have any problem as a faqih, as a theologian, as an imam to say, okay, in our age, a 9-year-old girl does not qualify to get married. We have to wait till she's older. No problem. Many ulama are saying that. Now, again, I want to be very clear. I am not saying that Islam doesn't tell us to think. I am saying we don't base the validity on Islam based on the age of Aisha. Based on why does a man allow this? Why does a woman have to cover? Why is inheritance this? These are laws. And you might not understand them. Now, by the way, there are ways to answer every question. Every single question that somebody asks, you could attempt an answer. But some of them are not going to be satisfying.
Basically, what they're saying is, you need to use reason in order to arrive at God and the necessity for a prophet. Once you establish that, then you take your aql, you take your human reason, and you take it and you throw it in the garbage can after that. All you need it is to get to that belief. And then after that, then it's just a fideistic belief. That is, you just trust the text and the revelation. They use reason in an instrumental fashion. I don't consider that rationalism. I don't consider that very rational. Rather, I think that's why I say we need to look at other groups in history, like the Mu'tazilis, who put reason and revelation at the same level, or the Islamic philosophers who even gave reason precedence over revelation. Every time I visit the Quran, I am using my human reason. And secondly, if I find a verse that I never knew about before, for example, let's say, and this is God forbid, I'm just giving an example, but let's say I found, I didn't see this verse. This verse actually says that humans come from an alien race of donkey Martians. Right? Okay. Once let's say I never had seen this verse before. Well, then even though I had at one point in time been convinced with my human rationality that this Quran is from Allah, now once I see this verse, my reason would say, wait a second, it might not be. I'm not trying to say that the Quran is something that we should not believe in, but what I'm saying is that we have to use reason continuously. Reason is not something that we just use to arrive at revelation and then stop.